Welcome to part 3. This bag C of the VS410 Origin Classic Pro. Yep, we did the axles last week. We're going to do bag C. We'll see how much we can get done today. I am excited to get started on this. Actually, I want to finish it. I can't wait to get this out on the trail. Oh, that's just randomly loose in there? That's bizarre. Looks like a tow hook. I don't know why it's randomly loose in there or it fell out of the bag. Let's see if there's another one in there. Shouldn't there be two? Huh. Right, we'll put that aside. Hey, there's another piece just randomly floating around in here. That could be just a piece of plastic that we're not even going to use. Oh, it doesn't have just a hole. It's all the way through. Okay. Yeah, this one may get a winch too. I'm not sure yet. Ooh, the motor sled. Looks like the same one. Maybe. Yeah. So we'll probably have to grind off a little bit here for the 2300. We'll see. We'll see what size pinion it has. Maybe we'll get lucky and we won't have to. Oh, there's not much to this. We'll be... okay, well that's weird that this stuff is just randomly in there. Little tow hitch. Oh, and a... cool. Alright. It's kind of randomly floating in the bag. That's kind of crazy. Okay, so what do we start with? Looks like we start with that. Looks like it. We're already putting the servo in. This seems a little early. Yeah, I guess we are. I guess we are. Panhard. Please tell me it's metal. Oh, is it? It is. I like it. It's not a plastic Panhard bar. It's actually metal. I like that. Get the old VS410 box out. We should find a servo. And there we go. Love these servos. I've been running for about 5 years now and haven't had a problem with any of them. I did have a problem being glitchy, but I think I figured that out. If you watch another video of mine, I believe my potentiometer is out in my radio because it does it in every one of my trucks. And it just so happens that I must not have noticed it until I had put the BECs in it. So weird, but you know, you're always quick to blame something new. Like I was so ready to blame the BEC because, well, I didn't have that problem before. Well, it must have, because both BECs are doing it. 2 different companies, the Holmes Hobby and the Reese. So, you know, you have to figure out something else. It's got to be something else. So the only commonality there is my remote that goes to all my cars. And when I tried to replicate it on all my other cars, guess what? It does it on all my other cars. So just like anything else, just kind of work backwards, take stuff apart, try new things, just keep doing it until you work down to, what it is. Don't be afraid to tear your cars apart. I see these guys online. Oh, my truck's binding, my motor's heating up, what do I do? Don't be afraid. I was sweating bullets, afraid I wasn't going to get back together. I have anxiety, so it was traumatizing in my head because I felt for sure that I was never going to get it back together. But that's what you got books for. We got the internet. And that's why I started doing these videos. I notice a lot of new people will ask questions on a page, and I understand that some of us veterans will just want to pass it along. I see comments all the time. Why don't you just search the page? There's a lot of content on it. Well, maybe they want an answer now. Maybe they don't want to surf through a bunch of stuff. Maybe they want human contact. That's what this hobby is all about. Human contact, talking with others, getting along. So I have actually left pages because of that when I was new, and I feel bad for the new hobbyist. I'm stubborn, so I kept searching. I kept Googling. What if somebody upset somebody and they decide, well, this hobby isn't for me. I just can't figure it out. Nobody wants to help. Isn't that what we're all out there for? It's not any different than gun ownership. Help somebody shoot, help train somebody, show them how safe it is if they handle it safely. Same thing with RC cars or any other hobby. When they're new, they don't know anything. I didn't know anything. I didn't know voltage. I'm still learning stuff. I'm learning that I didn't read all the directions on the Shifts RC when I bought them. They all, the page says right on it, highly suggested or required, BEC. I must have been getting lucky for the last 5-6 years because I've been running these things without a BEC. Now, mind you, I only run one servo. I don't run a ton of lights on most of my cars, and I've never had an issue. But now that I want just a little bit more power out of some of my stuff, I'm starting to go with BECs. I had a guy tell me, oh yeah, you'll be into it. You'll put bigger motors in there. And, when I first got my RC, you'll put bigger motors in there. You'll put stronger servos in there. You'll even get 4-wheel steer. It's like, nah, I'm not going to do any of that. That's stupid. That's too much for me. Yeah, well, now I have a 4-wheel steer car. I have heavy duty servos. And I always switch to the Hobby Wing 2300. And so on and so on and so on. It's a growing process. I don't think I'm gonna put that on there. I'm gonna save that for last because I don't want to have to hook us up to power, and I don't have a servo motor center for thingamabobber, and I just don't feel like doing it. I'll do that when I put it all together because I always turn it on, center this before you put that on there. Okay. That's all you do with that part? This seems... I always kind of look at they got the design there. This is going that way, so it must go this way. M3s. There's 4 of them. Well, there just happens to be 4 of these right here. Let's see if it matches the picture. Again, it's 1-to-1. I really like this book. I put some Traxxas together, and they show the expanded view, but I like this step-by-step. I think Vanquish did a good job. Again, I hear people bashing this book, and I don't have a problem with it. So, but that's just me. Everybody's got their own preference. So anyway, back to the story. This is why I'm kind of making these videos, step-by-step builds. As I upgrade my stuff, I will do the same thing, and hopefully, so you'll have a different view. Hopefully you'll be able to find them. It'll be in like the beginner's view. I won't go fast forward through the tough stuff. So it'll be a long, boring video for some because you don't have to watch it. You already know those steps. But for the new beginners, which is what I'm going to aim for, so it makes it a little easy for you. So you can pause the video, work at your own pace. I'm going to start doing maintenance videos because, you know, I don't have a ton of money, so I'm not going to be buying new cars all the time. But I do have enough cars where I can pull them apart, and they're due to be pulled apart, greased, cleaned, inspected. Okay, so we gotta find a rail. So hopefully that helps the new people that starts this hobby. You know, feel free to put comments in the bottom, ask questions. I will do the best I can to help you out. I have a full-time job, so I'm definitely not going to guarantee that it's going to be even the same day, but at least I will try to help find a video, even if it's not mine, and send you the link. Because sometimes if you word things different, you won't find it. And 10 to 1, I probably already looked it up and found it somewhere because I've needed the help. Okay. What are we doing here? Okay, vanquish. That looks good. That at that end. This at this end. Does it actually go? Oh, wow. I like that. So this is going to be a strong car. Usually these are flat bars, or even if they are channeled, you've got spacers, bars that go across from bar to bar. This actually goes inside the bar, which creates a stronger, more rigid. I like that. As you can tell, this is the first VS4 10 I've put together. I've done, what, 2 optics. I've torn apart my SEX and put it back together. Okay, so we got different sizes. We got 3.6, 3.8, and 3.10. 3.10 because we have the panhard bar. Panhard bar goes down. That is not that far, is that? Oh, no. I'm looking at it here. Make sure you follow the lines over, folks. Okay, so that looks good here. Right in front of there. And those are the 10s, so that's got to be these ones? Yep. So we'll take 2 of those. I just double check because if I didn't separate them out correctly into the piles, I don't want to grab the wrong one, be short a screw, or worse yet, go too far in. I did that on my sledge once. Why isn't this not going in? I just keep going. And I protruded it right into the gear area in my differential. So double check. I mean, you can always, if you're not sure of the depth of the hole, take something until you hit the bottom of the hole, pull it out, and line it up with the screw. If it's, you know, further down, you're good. If it's further up, you're going to bottom out. That's a tip I learned. If you're just not sure and it's not going in, stop, pull it out, measure the hole. Save yourself a lot of grief. A lot of grief. And again, I could use power tools. I don't like them on new builds. I don't want to strip them. So if I can feel the tool, wow, this is There it goes. Now I can feel the tension. If I can feel the tool and feel where the stop is, you're less likely to strip a bolt. Now, the next time I pull this apart, the threads are already in there. So the next time you thread these in, if you have to take it off for any reason, it should come out easy. It should go in easy. But right now, you're freshly tapping these plastic holes. They're not threaded. You're threading them right now. So this is the most important time to make sure these threads are in straight and to make sure they're not stripped. I mean, if you're not sure, you can unscrew it, screw it back in, and there. See how much easier it is? And then it gets to a stop. You can feel it stop. So I am all the way down. I wasn't sure on that one. So just pull it out because you're creating threads, and then thread it back in, and then you'll feel the stop. That way you're not going to strip anything. And you're putting this car together. It's yours. You want it to last. What do we got going? Oh, we're not done with the front. So we got those two in, and then we got 1 8. So are these 8s? Yep. And they want me to put that one in the lowest hole. Wonder what the second hole is for. Wonder what the second hole is for. Okay. That one, and then we have a 6. Is this a 6? The only 2 6s in the whole car, too. Yeah, that's weird. Why wouldn't you just stick with the same size? That one. Oh, because it's pretty thin. Yep. So it is the perfect size. It just barely comes out the other side. Okay, cool. So why wouldn't you put any more in the rear? All right, well, that's what it calls for. So we're not going to put any more until it tells me to. Ooh. That's a first. Usually you put the cradle together and the motor plate and motor on and then drop that into the car. So that's weird, but we'll do it. And these are together. Huh. Okay, well. No. There it goes. It does fit in there. I kind of like that. I kind of don't like that you have to put all this together at once. Yeah, I'm not crazy about that. 3s, and they're only 3s. Or 10s, I mean, they're only 10. There's 3 of them. So 2 in the front and 1 somewhere in the rear. Yeah, see, I think it could stand that. Be a longer one. Yeah. I'll wait till I get them screwed in all the way and see if they come all the way through the bottom. Because you can always change these out if you don't think they're long enough. And once you get the whole truck together and you realize that, oh, this one is on the last one, you can go another millimeter. You know, if a 12 will fit. No, okay, they come all the way through. We're good. Just didn't look like it. I don't know why that's so loose. Because it's not the right hole, folks. It goes... I'm guessing that's an M2. Guess that one didn't. I might have a, definitely that one's thinner. And I might not have put the right screws. There we go. Let's try this one. No. What the? No, I'm not too happy about that. It just slides right in the hole. It doesn't even thread. So let's try this hole. All right, it does fit in that hole. So the way this shows, it does show that hole, but the way this shows, it shows that hole, which I can't really tell underneath, but it didn't fit in this one. It just slid in there. Oh, duh. Well, that would make sense because that takes a longer screw to come to for your links. So that makes sense. See? Nobody's perfect. Well, I'm not. A little bit of common sense, a little bit of looking at the pictures. It'd just be nice if they would have showed the underside of here so you knew that this didn't get that until later. Because I would have put it in there if it would have fit, and then later figured out, oh wait, the links go in there. It's okay, no biggie. Just the most important thing is to go slow and be meticulous. And yeah, I'm really liking that fact that it goes in the channel. That's gonna create such a strong truck instead of having the standoffs or the post. I am seriously liking that. This is my first VS4 10, so if they all go together like this, I should have got one of these a while ago. 1, 2, 2, and so this is going to be a great rough and tough trail truck. Yeah, should have probably done it in steps. So the front is the 8s by the servo. The 8s are the little shorter ones. Where did I put the little shorter ones? Right here. Yep. So straight across from the servo with a panhard bar. So we'll put those the same place. Dang. The only thing I'm really not looking forward to is painting this. I really wish they would have. I understand, you know, so your individuality, paint it whatever color you want. But I'm a horrible painter, so maybe they should have gave the option to pick a color if you want it, you know, maybe sell it unpainted and painted, so you had a choice. Because like I said, I'm a horrible painter. I think I'm getting better. I think my problem is the fact that I'm trying to paint it too fast. And the layers don't stick. And the problem with that is you got to get a base coat on there, a very light base coat. And yes, I've washed it multiple times. I let it dry overnight. I've done everything the internet says. The only thing I haven't done is be patient and just a light dust, so you can still see through the plastic. It basically looks like overspray. You put a coat of overspray on it and let that dry. So, and I did that, but I used a heat gun or I used a heater because somebody said, "Oh yeah, that works." Well, it doesn't, because you're not letting it cure. You're not letting it attach to the plastic. It might feel dry to the touch, but apparently it's not doing its scientific bond. Because I've tried it that way, and for me, it just doesn't work. The first time I take it out on the trail, I hit something, it chips the paint off. So the last one I did, it did a lot better. I did do a lighter coat, I thought, and then waited a few hours and then put another coat on there. And then a few hours and I did another coat. So that did work a lot better. The paint stayed on a lot longer. So I think really the only thing I'm doing is I'm not having enough patience, because again, I have anxiety and I just want it done. I want it to look cool. And when you get it done painting, you know, it does look cool, but I want it done right now. But the problem with that is the first time you take it out, you hit something, a very little something, and it chips huge chunks of paint off because it never stuck to the plastic. So this one I am going to do a lot different. I'm going to wash it really good like normal. I'm going to scuff it up a little bit with some Scotch-Brite. And then I am going to do basically overspray coats. Very, very, very light coats. And see if that doesn't help. Okay, so we got that screw, that screw. This one says, oh, there's the third screw. Yeah, this should have been over here. So I guess this book does have some minor issues, but as long as you do it at the same side as this one, see, that screw's there, and they show this one here. It doesn't really look like, you know, it shows it's way up here. Well, there's no hole way up here. See where it's on the bend? That means it would indicate it's here, and it's not. There's not. Oh, but we already did that one. Okay, so that's that screw. So I was only supposed to put 2 in here, because it shows 3 on this side, but 2 on this side. Oh well, we'll figure it out. We'll take it back out if we have to, because it does only say 2, but I put 3 in. That may be an issue later. But I got those 2, that one, and those 2. And I didn't get the rear, did I? No, I did not. And that is the little incy-wincy little 6er, which is, there is only 2 in the whole kit, so that's good. You can't really mess that up. Wrong hole. Yeah, and I've watched some of these videos where people just fly through these models and they put them together and they never have a lick of problems. That's just not true. Not in my experience. You mess up somewhere. Like I said, watch that 3rd screw. That I may have to pull that out later, but that's okay. It's not a big deal. Okay, go back over your book. I did not put the other 4 in here. I mean, I could, so I know they're there, but I've already ordered some, and this isn't getting a servo right yet, so I'll just save those. Those are in. Those are in. Those three are in. All right, we're cooking with gas now. We're cooking with gas now. Now I gotta figure out which side. Okay, so it looks like the tail side goes to the back. Tail side goes to the back. What are these goofy things? They are right here. Two, three, four. We're looking for 10s. And we know those are some long ones. No, those are 10s too. They just look bigger. I think they might be bigger. That's a 10. That is one. That is a little bigger. All right. So we need 5 of those. 3, 4, 5. And these apparently go... Oh! Okay, that's for the body mounts. Or the body to sit in. I'm guessing. That's for the body to sit in. Goofy. You'd think they could have just molded that in. That could have been a step that could have been avoided. Unless they serve another purpose. Yeah, that's kind of a pain. Maybe there's a reason for it. What do I got that would fit in there? Let's put a big old piece of cardboard in there. Let's fold that big old piece of cardboard another time. There we go. Maybe that keeps that straight in there, so that way when you put the polycarbonate in there, and I don't have to keep holding it with my finger, that'll be kind of a guide. Beautiful. It still turned on me a little bit, but I know, because I put that in there, that it's enough for the polycarbonate, because this is three thick. So we'll do that. Little tip there. Little tip. Yeah. That way I won't have to readjust those later, and I know the polycarbonate body will fit in there because that cardboard's plenty thick enough. They're all kind of turned, but that's just going to make it tighter. So, but there should be enough room for the polycarbonate. We'll see you later. We will see you later, so we'll keep that for there. Now we're looking for, oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So they're all the same. Didn't I grab 6? Or did I only grab 5? Okay. What? Oh, really? At least they give you a hole to stick the driver through to get it in there. And I do like Vanquish's plastic. I've put in some Traxxas together. Well, I got quite a few Traxxas, actually. And their plastic seems to be a lot softer, easier to strip screws. I don't know what Vanquish uses, but it is definitely a stronger. It's pliable, but you can feel putting the screws in there. It doesn't feel like the threads are going to strip out as long as you don't overdo them. I mean, you can obviously strip the threads out. But if you've worked on a Traxxas, they're plastic, but they're also bashers. So the plastic is probably designed to take, more of a beating and bend. I get it. But boy, when I first started working on them, I was stripping holes out because I was using the drill gun. Was new. Had the wrong sensitivity on my gun. Or I would forget, I turn it up when I take screws out. I'll turn it up to 4 because some of them are stuck in there and they don't come out very easy. And then I'll forget to turn it back down to 1. And then I'll just start screwing everything back together on 4 and just spin that screw. So that's another reason I really don't like using power stuff unless I'm not in a hurry and I'm, but for quick, tedious stuff, now I've done it so long that now I'm used to always checking to make sure that drill's on 1. And the worst that's going to happen if you try to unscrew a screw on 1, it doesn't come out. That's not a big deal. It's when you forget and it's on 4 and you screw a screw in. That's a big deal in some places. Yeah, okay, so not as rigid as I'd hope side to side, but because that's 2 different steps. You got this step screwed to here with 3 screws. You got this one way out here with 2 screws. But again, it's still pretty rigid. I think it could have been a better design. Maybe a 1-piece. But I like the sliders. There's not much to get hooked on. Just these little screw divots here. It shouldn't be too bad. But these are nice and smooth. The bottom's nice and smooth. I'm really liking this so far. So we'll see. So what do we got going? You know what we forgot? We forgot those. It's okay. It'll be just as easy to do it on the car as it was to off the car. What'd they say? There's a 10s. 1, 2. Am I running out? Am I running out? 'Cause that's... I didn't count all my screws before I started in the beginning of the book. So we gotta find one. That is a 4. I need 4 of those, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4. I got 5. And this is the 12 that goes there for the receiver. that I probably won't use. And they don't even list these screws. The one here. So I am finding discrepancies in this book, because they show you these two screws. Or, okay, they say 4. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. Does that mean there is... So they gave me one extra shorty. I'll change it out later. It just holds the body. And that's why it's a good idea to have extra screws. I could put a stainless in there because I do have the right size stainless. Come on. Come on. See, I mean, it grabs enough screws or threads, but got screws all over the place, but yet I don't have the right one when you need the right one, I suppose. I'll try to remember for later. But for now, we're moving on. Moving on. And that, my friend, will get circled. That way I need to order some. Okay, moving on. Oh, to the bumpers. So we got a front bumper. And it said, make sure. So not the very front one. It's the second one. So it's that one. Yeah. 1, 2, third one. 1, 2, third one. Oh, it is all the way up on this one. But it's only the second one on the rear. So does this come from the top or the bottom? It comes from the bottom because that's their servo. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And the rear one. All right, so you don't want to go more all the way through like I did on the front, because they screws all the way down to the shaft. So probably just screw them into their little past flush here, and you'll be good. That side's better. All right, it's coming together. It is coming together. Okay, do we want to put that in there so I don't lose that one single screw? Let's put the hitch in there. What does it suggest? It doesn't even suggest what hole. Let's put it all the way in. That way we have it for looks. But hopefully. It's weird that they didn't. Jesus. Well, they think you're gonna tow 20,000 pounds or something. I don't know why they wouldn't just need a little set screw on this one too, because I'm sure that ball isn't gonna hold up that much. Yeah, I got a metal one around here somewhere that I'll use. Okay. Cute. Yeah, I still don't know what this is for. Huh. We'll keep it to the side. All right, that concludes the body. The next is the motor. That'll be another video. And we were almost done. We got these little ones to put in the rear end for some reason. I don't know whether it tightens up the bumper or what exactly it holds. Maybe it sits beside them and kind of pinches them in there or something. I don't know. But they go in there, so I had extra screws. My OCD wouldn't let it go. Wouldn't let it go. I had extra screws. Oh. So I know about those extra screws. But what about this little single extra screw? I don't remember seeing one like that. Now I'm going to have to go back through. Doesn't hurt to double check, triple check, quadruple check, whatever. That's how I found these. Like, wow, what are these? Oh, I see it right there. So where does that go? Oh. Okay. It's not really an extra screw. That goes in. Whoa, that's a dinky. Dinky. It's a little 1.5. So it goes here. Heh. So it's not extra. I just didn't put it on. I might put this on instead of the hitch though. Yeah, I might put that on instead of the hitch until I get a trailer. Yeah, I'll do that later. But for now, because we have extra parts, again, not really. Those I'm just not going to use right now, which I think I'm going to use those on my other rig. So we'll grab my handy pill bottles. I love these things. Like I said, I get them from Amazon. They're pretty cheap. I think they work better than bags because bags break open. These do not. And you'd think they would have gave me a servo horn screw. They gave me 4 extra servo mounts for a servo I don't even have, but yet they didn't give me a servo horn screw. I do have those. I know I have those, so not a big deal. And then we'll put this in the build box. That way we have them and they don't get lost. It's another good thing to do. That way all this build is together in a little box. All right, well, thank you again. Thank you for following. Share with somebody that might find this helpful. The next chapter 4 will be the motor. There are some really good things I like to do with the motor. Every one of these gears, it's tedious. I will fast forward through it, but I like to run an X-Acto knife or a very thin screwdriver down every spline of every gear in this transmission. A lot of people have clicking noises. I have found that sometimes there are little pieces of chunks of metal that didn't get brushed off in the factory, and they're in between the gears. And these fit so tight together that one little piece of dust or one little piece of metal will cause those to pop out, and it makes noise. I have caught more than one shard in my gears, and I think that's why none of my Vanquish trucks have the Vanquish click. It is a tedious process, but I'll show you how to go through that and put it together. And watch, because I'm making a video, I'll have that Vanquish click, but let's hope not, because I do go through all that. All right, thank you again. Have a good day.